You fire up Seedance 2.5, drop in a prompt, and nothing comes out, because you can't actually access it yet. Here's everything the model can do, and the one wall that stops most people cold. Seedance 2.5 promises native 4K, 30-second single-pass clips with synced audio, so the real question is, does the workflow hold up, or is it all vendor hype? One of the biggest problems I run into when using AI agents is turning their output into YouTube content I can actually use to market my product. That's why this video is sponsored by Subscriber, a tool that helps business owners connect their AI agents to YouTube and market their products without spending 10 hours every week creating content. You can connect Claude or ChatGPT directly to Subscriber. It then analyzes your business, website, and YouTube channel to help you create SEO-optimized video ideas, scripts, thumbnails, and even complete videos that actually match your brand. What I like most is that every week, Subscriber gives me a list of high-potential video ideas I can immediately execute, and it can even help edit videos for me, with or without my face, including videos like the one you're watching right now. It's easy to get started, and you can try Subscriber for free using the link in the description below. Now back to the video. Step 1. Get a 30-second clip with audio out of a single prompt. The day this goes wrong, you're either stitching clips together manually or paying a voice-over artist to patch the audio gap. And that's exactly the pain Seedance 2.5 claims to eliminate with one continuous pass. No stitching, audio baked in. I looked at every source I could find, official docs, vendor blog, community write-ups, and the 30-second single-pass claim is repeated everywhere. But no independent tester has actually produced one yet. The audio is the consistent weak point. Community consensus is that voices lack depth and sound obviously AI, even when the video looks solid. This step works on paper, but the audio is a real gotcha, so plan to run a cleanup pass on voices before you publish anything. The core promise is directionally solid, just not independently verified yet, so treat it as a strong signal rather than a confirmed fact. I know that audio gotcha because I've spent a lot of time deep inside these AI video tools, and it bites people every single time. Drop a reply below if the AI voice thing has already cost you a re-render. Step 2. Turn a single product photo into a dynamic video for an ad or launch asset. The failure mode here is AI drift, where your logo warps, your product color shifts, and suddenly the output looks nothing like your actual product, which means the whole render is unusable and you're back to square one with a client waiting. When I dug into the community reports, image to video for e-commerce came up as the most credible use case across all sources, with multiple write-ups confirming drift prevention works better than average, though not perfectly. And there are no hard numbers on render time or cost per clip to anchor that claim. Product video from one image works, and drift prevention is the standout strength here. Just know there's no published cost or render time to budget against yet. That's 2 steps in, both moving in the right direction. Step 3, throw 17 different images at it with no plot, and get a coherent sequence out. The number that matters here is 50. That's the maximum multimodal references Seedance 2.5 accepts in one pass, which is way more than anything else on the market. And if it actually works, it changes how you assemble complex scenes entirely. I had to read this twice to make sure I wasn't missing something. A community user threw 17 images at it with no actual plot and reported getting something that, quote, kind of makes sense, which is a strong directional signal, even though there's no measured consistency score across longer sequences to back it up hard. Multi-reference assembly works directionally, and the 50 reference limit is a genuine differentiator confirmed by both vendor and community, even without a hard consistency score. 3 steps in, 3 working cleanly. Step 4, lock in your aspect ratio, resolution, and duration before you hit generate. Skip this and you burn credits on a 4K. 30-second render, that's the wrong shape for your platform, because a 16.9 clip on a 9:16 feed looks terrible, and re-rendering costs you both time and money you didn't budget for. I looked across every source and the settings spec is the most consistent thing in this whole model. 16.9, 9:16, 1.1, and 4.3 are all confirmed. Resolution goes up to 4K, and duration runs to 30-second standard, with a 180-second beta-long video mode that's vendor-claimed but not yet community-confirmed. Settings configuration is clean and fully documented, and this is the one area where every source agrees. No conflicts. 4 steps in, 4 working, and this one's the easiest win in the whole workflow. Okay, so 4 steps are in the books, but the 2 coming up are where things get genuinely interesting. R2V motion control is the pro-level feature that could make or break your production workflow, and then there's the access problem that nobody in the tutorials is being straight with you about. Step 5. Use R2V references and first and last frame anchors to lock character movement and camera path. Without this, your character teleports across the frame between scenes, your camera drifts wherever the model decides, and you end up with a clip that looks good for 2 seconds and then falls apart completely. I didn't expect this to be as thin on independent data as it is. R2V and frame anchors are the most technically ambitious claims in the whole model. Community reports are positive. People say it controls the visual journey well, but there's no measured accuracy score and access is limited enough that the sample size is tiny. R2V and frame anchors work as described based on available community reports, but the evidence pool is small, so treat it as promising rather than proven. 5 steps in, 5 working, and this is the one to watch most closely once broader access opens. Step 6. Troubleshoot when generation fails. And yeah, the hard truth is, this is where the whole workflow hits a wall, because as of July 2026, Seedance 2.5 is in closed enterprise beta, which means you literally cannot run it. And every 30-second clip tutorial you've read is describing a tool most people cannot touch. When I mapped the access reality, here's what I found. Dreamina and CapCut show it as coming soon. API access is coming via Byte Plus model arc, but not live yet. And the community consensus fix is to build your reference packs on Seedance 2.0 right now. Then port the whole workflow over the moment. 2.5 opens up. Watch out here. The closed beta is the single biggest blocker, and the fix is to start at 1080p and 5 to 10. Second clips on Seedance 2.0 to verify quality before you ever touch 4K or 30-second renders. That's 5 of 6 steps working cleanly, and this one is the wall you have to plan around. Alright, so here's what you actually get when this workflow runs. Up to 50 multimodal references in one pass, a coherent sequence from a pile of images with no plot, product videos that hold onto your logo and prevent drift, and all 4 aspect ratios plus 4K resolution locked in before you even hit generate. Now, the common mistakes. First, trying to access 2.5 directly when it's in closed beta, use 2.0 instead. Second, starting at 4K and 30 seconds and burning credits on a bad first render, so start at 1080p and 5 seconds. Third, ignoring the audio because voices sound obviously AI, so budget for a cleanup pass every time. If you're an enterprise with early access, Seedance 2.5 is worth the hype. 50 references, native 4K, 30 seconds in one pass. If you're everyone else, build on 2.0 now and pour over when the doors open, because waiting on closed beta is the one mistake that actually costs a queue. One thing nobody mentions, content moderation on Dreamina and CapCut is stricter than the standalone model, and prompts that worked fine before get blocked without explanation. The fix is to test your prompt structure directly via Byte Plus Model Arc API access once it opens, not through the CapCut front end. Now, if you want to see how Seedance 2.5 actually stacks up against its closest competitor, I did a full head-to-head, so go watch Seedance 2.5 versus Kling AI, which is better. And you'll see exactly where each model wins and where it falls apart on the same prompts.